February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright?
Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas.
Or rather, the whole thing is one big grey area.
Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate.
I believe in you, sis.
Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice.
Yes?
A defense attorney should never believe their client.
Then why don't you just say you didn't do it?
The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that.
Miss Skye, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her.
Well, you're alive.
That too.
And that is?
You're not a defense attorney.
I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright.
My first trial without a Faye helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself.
Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way.
You're not alone.
Let's do it.
You whiner.
Thank you for the biddies, FoxQuinn. Guys, throw all the love in chat. Thank you for them bits. February 23rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. The court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Rude. Edgeworth. I haven't been in court since Edgeworth's trial. It's been a while now. We needed that flashback.
We really did, though. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I not mention we're lovers?
Right. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, and not those of anyone else.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot.
Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything.
However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Are you a professional witness?
Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand.
Figured! The cough-up queen. That's the worst title ever.
Yeah, it's just, ugh. Connotation is just bad.
Exactly. Haven't I seen you somewhere? Oh my god. You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Ew.
Oh, caviar. Never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down. Unprofessional. Ah, and for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Thanks.
Will the witness state her name and profession?
Ah, and you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox?
It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. He is not impressed by her.
Dots. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. Eating shouldn't hurt, buddy. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What? What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Tapioca.
Name, profession, now!
Me? The name is Angel Starr, don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional, quote-unquote, stripper.
What exactly does that mean?
Until 2 years ago, Miss Starr was a special investigator with the police.
Great.
She was a first-rate homicide detective.
What? Miss Starr was a detective?
Huh? Huh? I know who you are. Cough up?
How does he know her?
I guess she's very memorable, I guess.
Cough up Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr.
Maybe he was visiting her at the club.
At the club. Just who is this lady?
If I might have the court's attention over here.
Oh my god.
The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes. Okay.
The crime took place by the car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with a knife and went to drive the body out.
But failed?
Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was the valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
4 plans added to court record. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright, I can't agree on principle, Your Honor.
It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor.
Rude.
Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr. Rude. Wait, are they talking about me? What the fuck? Witness testimony.
Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective instincts working.
Oh my.
Then, through a wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching.
As you can see, there is no room for doubt.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking about that.
It's merely flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Well played. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Cross-examination! And hi, Angelic! Hello! And hi, Sean! I saw you earlier! Sorry if I missed anyone during that intense testimony. Jesus, I'm a move angel. Whew, he keeps slowly sinking. Oh god. He wants to roll off the desk. Alright. Yeah, I guess there's no security cameras in the garage. What the hell? I feel like you would at a prosecutor's place, but okay. Alright. So should we press everything?
It's up to you.
Let's fucking press everything. Since we can. and hopefully don't get, like, kicked out. Hi, Xander! I'm using blue. Blue is my, green screen. So, it's a blue screen. Hence the Wiimote keying out real bad. So press somehow. I always knew a day like this would come.
Okay.
Hold it! How did you know?
I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence. Abhorrence?
Abhorrence.
Okay.
Of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim.
Ooh.
Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that.
He's not impressed.
He's not impressed.
Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors?
I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one.
Oh. Laid off? She was fired.
To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro. As you know, my testimony is unbiased and flawless.
I suspect it was her, and she's framing her! Because she's the only one with a fucking motive. Anyway.
Yeah.
Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. Also, how do you make your bangs shift like that every time you flip your hair? Magic. Witchcraft.
Must be magic.
Witchcraft. Press for I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox. This boyfriend. He's the detective?
Not that boyfriend, the security guard.
That boyfriend? You have several? Too close to home.
Yes. This boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join?
Oh my god.
Oh my.
The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with lunch, thanks.
Note to self. The judge had to think before replying.
The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second floor, or it's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there.
That would be the room with the security sign.
Good one, Phoenix.
Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block.
So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime.
Yep. So press when I sense something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective skills at work. Instincts. You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder?
It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes, it was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds.
I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's instincts, wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective?
Yes, well, he was like a young cheese.
Young cheese?
A pale white
cheese, cheddar. I was gonna say cheddar. I mean, same thing.
A pale white cheddar.
A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn.
I, of course, am hard yellowed sharp.
Oh.
I, of course, am hard, yellowed, sharp as a tack.
I bet you stink too.
Damn.
In any case, they're in the lot. I felt something stirring in the back of my mind.
Oh my god, perfect to come back to be fair. Alright, push, press, push. Press then through a wire fence. Saw it. Oh my god. By garish car, you mean?
Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes.
Mr. Edgeworth's? Judge, did you read the case before you came in? I just want to know.
Incidentally, the knife with which this victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it?
Indeed it was.
What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her.
If she's telling the truth, we're doomed.
Well, let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always complain.
Witness, in your testimony you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms.
Did he say wrong?
He said ergo.
Oh, ergo! I
Because
clicked
he learned
in-
it from Edgeworth.
Hey,
Between the
boy. Lovers. You are a biased witness.
You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Huh? Rookie.
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me.
It was her.
I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
That was inspiring. No, that was creepy.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism.
I may be
Relegated?
I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
Oh, a photograph? Look at this. You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. 'Cause you were
Framing it all. It was either you or your boyfriend. That's what happened. Either way.
In fact, one of my lunch boxes is rigged with a camera.
Of course. Convenient. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck.
This is my first time seeing this photograph.
You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Well, this is most certainly the defendant.
Good
Crime
job,
photo
Judge.
added. Yeah,
Very astute.
very observant. Uh-oh, this is unmistakably Lana Skye.
Sir, what was the defendant doing at the time?
Press, the chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. We're gonna find out she's left-handed. I don't know. Tell me more about this knife the suspect was carrying.
Well, I'd say the blade was about 10 centimeters long. That's very specific. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all.
She knows centimeters. Yes, that's about right.
Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set.
Ew.
You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person.
Perhaps a chicken salad would have been a better metaphor.
So the defendant was holding a knife. What then?
Then she thrust the pointy tip into the Detective Goodman's chest. Last one, let's press it.
Let's do it.
Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized that what was going on, it was already too late.
Too late?
Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon.
I see.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Okay, we already said that.
Yep.
Oh,
said that-
and
oh.
he's acknowledging that, okay.
Well,
Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless.
sounds pretty fatal to me.
What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? We did. For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer.
Don't smile like that.
Cute. Alright, so...
Wow, we got like nothing from that.
No, nothing. What
We
does the
might
knife
want
say?
to examine some of the stuff that we have.
Yeah.
Like, we can examine the knife.
Alright, examine knife. The murder weapon
You go in there
found.
and check.
Oh!
It'll let you actually look at it.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Ooh. Oops. 3D. Alright, is there a specific point I should point at?
The
I guess
blood.
the blood, yeah.
Yeah, examine.
Alright,
This must be the victim's blood, right?
either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth? Oh, it's my bad. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway?
Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild.
Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely.
Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman.
What? Now there's a scary thought.
With all his frills?
Right?
Phone.
Let's see the parking stub. Examine. Miles Edgeworth, 1712. This is dated the day of the crime.
The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. If only he was held up at a couple extra red lights. He wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair.
Perhaps.
It just goes to show you never know what'll happen when you're on a yellow light.
Oops. I meant to turn it
Yeah,
around.
there's nothing on the back.
Oh, okay. Never mind. The autopsy report. Bruce Goodman, 36, male. Date and time of death, February, yeah. Between 4 and 5:30. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Assessment, wound was caused by a 12 centimeter knife. A single stab wound was found. Didn't she say 10 centimeter?
Yeah, I thought that too, but I don't think it's actually officially in her testimony.
Oh. There's a plaque under the trophy if you want to look at it.
What? Okay. There's a... oh.
Metal plate.
Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here.
It looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it.
Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime.
When she says it, his name does kind of have a ring to it. No, it doesn't.
Don't you think that they would have removed him, considering, you know,
That
went
he
to
murdered?
jail.
Yeah.
and he's a murderer?
Well. Alright. The ID. A name and ID card are written here. Detective Bruce Goodman. ID, numbers.
I wonder why they only use numbers for IDs.
What else would they use?
Letters, silly. They're the reason we have a written language in the first place.
True.
Detective Bruce Goodman, ID YABADAB.
Yabba dab.
See? Wouldn't that be better?
Yabba dab.
Yabba dab.
Dab. Well, it does have a certain ring to it.
Exactly my point.
It doesn't take much to amuse her. I even had it right. Okay. You know, I was so scared I almost did it again, but I didn't.
Please don't.
Okay, crime photo. Did it. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Skye stab the victim with a knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch.
Ugh.
I'm sure that is a fine lunch. Oh my god. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Wrong voices, but it's fine. Then why is Miss Skye now holding a knife? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Objection.
Let's be a little more careful with our evidence, shall we?
It is you that needs to be more careful, Mr. Wright.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
Objection, apparently. How can you tell that?
Blood splatter.
Huh?
See the dark crimson stain on the chief prosecutor's coat?
Maybe she was eating a hot dog with ketchup.
Maybe it exploded everywhere. It's fine.
Yeah.
She's a messy eater. Why you gotta be mean? It's a black
like
and
on her
white
shoulder.
Yeah. It's a black and white photograph. Oh, she cut her hand though. It could be her own hand.
It could.
Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here.
No problem. Except you.
Oh, don't fight in court.
Lover's quarrel.
Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse?
You got a better idea? Sure, objection.
Object.
She hurt her hand.
Slam those hands.
Wait! That contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime.
Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. Let's rewrite our testimony yet again.
Right.
That's it?
If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go.
The fuck?
Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice.
I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Skye was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Premeditated? How do you know?
Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph.
Well, are those gloves?
Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on?
Because she cut her hand and didn't want to get bacteria in it?
Because sometimes she performed surgery. In her car.
Oh god,
On
Edgeworth
herself.
got really close to my face. On herself.
Did you say
I did.
No. If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Wart.
Arrgh! These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder, a serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony. The murder was planned, the rubber gloves prove it. The murder was planned. Okay, press.
What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves?
Like driving gloves.
The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies.
In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make.
Stop flipping your hair.
Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
Arrgh! Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. She's got them thinking this wall was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial is already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. Okay. Alright. Witness, do you know what this is?
Are you trying to test me? I sell boxed lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk.
Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case?
Okay.
Bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there? The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right?
Mommy, are prosecutors bad people?
The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony.
Bitch.
What's that, rookie?
In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However,
Anytime you put on gloves, you're ready
you're
to commit a
planning.
murder.
You're planning murder. I mean, just be aware of that. Anytime you put on gloves, just be aware.
Just be aware.
Why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Oh my god, did she just throw boxes?
I think she dropped it.
Okay. She just flipped all of the boxes. Order, order, order. Great. Now the tide is turning in our favor.
Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free.
Right.
Great.
I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie.
I thought I was gonna say Edgeworth pie.
Oh my god.
What?
I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail.
But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory.
Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there.
Hmm?
The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need prove, nothing else.
Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If she wasn't, why would she have been wearing... Stop talking about the gloves. I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again.
Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought.
How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? Angel's deduction. Alright. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. She's still saying... She's not talking about what she saw at all!
No.
Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Now she's talking
There we
about
go.
There it is!
Boom.
Oop, there it is! Oop, there, anyway, the victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So, if I order pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy?
In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. So let's use the autopsy on her saying multiple. Or should we press everything?
Nah, let's just use it.
Yellow.
Screw it.
I'm getting there.
Yeah,
It's the last one.
correct.
To plunge in again and again. Alright. And the autopsy report says 1 knife wound. So let's just present it? Or do you want to do it and
Yeah, I
I'll
already
do it?
did.
Oh, okay. Is it
I
right?
already did, it's right.
Sweet. The wagging finger, though, it's Edgeworth. You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. No.
Ugh. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr.
Whee whee whee. That. What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from 1 stab wound.
Aha! You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. Rude. That was us, but okay. Yeah.
What a hunk! He's my hero, really.
Rude. What about my objection? No one noticed? Rude. Well, witness. You got the crime scene set, right? That's just like a fork in blood. Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible.
So, you're saying you mistook something for blood?
When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Fuck off.
Then tell us why you saw that. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify.
Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Uh-huh.
We can press.
Press it. Her red muffler? Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose.
Ugh.
Wow, dark. She's right. Miss Skye was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood?
Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. For a bib.
That's amazing. A judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. I mean, the lie though. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest.
However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound.
That's... Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony.
Mr. Wright, this is our chance.
Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off.
The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact.
I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer.
Obviously, more scientific testing is required.
I was going to suggest putting that on her red muffler look like blood.
Well, okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
Objection! Miss Starr, I demand an explanation, and then I got objected by Edgeworth.
Yeah, this is correct then.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't even get to press, it just cutscened into Edgeworth.
Yeah. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
Damn. What?
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph.
Huh? But that can't be!
Only a true professional could be so clueless. I'm sure you'll make a good lunch lady, have no fear.
I love his sass at her. I also love that he is unafraid of, like, now calling out his witnesses.
Yeah.
Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
What was my objection? Chopped liver? But it was there. A scarf. No, not that. But something red, really.
Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude. Now back to business.
What?
Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Oh, please do tell. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part?
The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her and explained her rights to her and arrested her on the spot.
That
Yes.
sounds legit.
Yeah, sounds so legit. Yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony, except you said you saw red! The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Starr, resistance is futile.
comrade. You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you?
I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Starr.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. After all, a cobra is a kind of snake.
Don't bother me with the details unless you want to get bitten.
No thanks.
Note to self. Attorney Wright gets bitten by a snake.
What?
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over the oil drum.
Oil drum? Hard to imagine.
Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. That's probably why her hand was cut, because that other bitch had the knife in her hand. So, there's that. But we can't show the hand, which is frustrating. The wind is so strong today. Okay. Sorry if you guys hear anything.
Why would she have mentioned the muffler? Like, why would she be, like, as she's being arrested, be like, wait, my muffler?
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
But we can't, like, we don't have anything to fight against that other than that
well, we
picture
can
again.
press everything.
Oh, true.
New testimony.
Let's press it?
Do you want to press that first?
Sure.
Alright.
She mentioned the muffler.
What exactly did she say?
If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony.
Cheeky.
Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler.
Just that one word?
So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else.
The phone!
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone? You mean this cell phone? Ask further.
Okay.
By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene?
Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately.
My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see.
What? No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr.
The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall. That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall.
Apparently, it was out of order.
And so she used her cell phone.
Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day.
Good witnessing, witness. Good
Except
witnessing?
That she was wrong. How many
Right?
times?
Right? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should think, of course. You should, of course. You should think. I mean, where's the lie, though? You should, of course, add this to your testimony.
The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney.
Shut up.
Cell phone added to court record. Rude.
I can't wait to be Edgeworth and Sasser again.
Right? Yes.
Do you want to press
Cynthia.
this?
Hi, lady. She gave up trying to use the phone on the wall?
Yeah, we can try to press that.
Let's press it. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing.
I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies.
Rude.
The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled out her phone So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket.
How would you know? You couldn't see.
So you ran through the chain link fence?
Right?
And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. Oh, I didn't realize he was about to say that.
Then, when I boldly grabbed in her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone.
And you saw her doing this?
What is it, Mr. Wright?
Okay.
Because I think she got cut.
she made to escape. Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pate of... Pate? Do you mean plate?
Pate, I believe.
Oh, pate. Oh. Of foie gras? I think it's foie gras.
Sounds good.
Huh. She even kicked over an oil drum at me. An oil drum?
There was an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime. The crime of the scene.
But it's strange.
What's that?
If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way?
The car entrance.
That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums.
She saw her doing the murder, so she tried to stop her and go...
Excellent. More mysteries.
I wish we could solve a few before finding more, though. So Miss Skye turned to run.
Sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright.
She ran to go grab the phone! Not as sorry as I am.
But she didn't do it. You have to believe me.
Did we press she gave up trying to use the phone on the wall and just used her cell phone?
No, I don't think so.
Let's press that.
Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court?
Aha! I was going to ask the same thing.
Wait, maybe
we did do this. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Well, this is when she said okay. So maybe we should clarify the behind the partition thing? Or press that?
Yeah.
Aw, take care, to be fair.
Because, yeah, I mean, she's doing all this stuff, but she's still over there. So she wouldn't be able to see what she was doing until she was there.
And why would she
let's try pressing... Yeah. Let's try pressing the first one.
Okay. I gotta get there.
Because, yeah, I think it's like we're trying to prove that she couldn't have seen it. But it's just a matter of where. Alright, let's press the first one.
Okay. So where is this partition on the floor plans?
I'm sure she means this wall next to the car.
That's right. That was a wall. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do.
And what did you do then?
Okay.
So I guess we could press this.
Yeah,
we
let's
haven't
do
done
that. You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details. Yes, because...
Press her.
Yeah, because fucking chain link fence! I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe.
Okay, this is probably where we can do something.
Yeah. The Lunchland car was... She was a... Oh, it's you.
We're tag teaming this, okay?
Lovers.
She was a visitor, thus she was parked in the B block.
So you witnessed the murder from here?
That would make it about 30 feet away from the car, yes.
Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right.
But there was a chain link fence in front of you?
I went over it, of course.
Amazing. The cough up queen lunch lady athlete indeed.
Would have taken her a little time to climb over that fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast.
Parkour. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. How come Miss Skye didn't get away? Exactly. Alright, parking lot floor plans. If we can do it, there we go. He says, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Lana Skye.
Okay, that sounds right.
I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Skye.
Yep.
Objection!
Go ahead.
Oh, I did. That was me doing it. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I pressed A.
The witness is a former detective. The testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago.
Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me and I'll make you cough it all up. Ew.
Looks like... let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Skye making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in block B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? Well, order. What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies!
Oh, snap. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court.
Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about... All three? That's the problem?
Well,
I would say
she wasn't lying about the phone because when we looked at the phone, it said that the word muffler was overheard, and then she hung up, and that's exactly what Angel said.
Yeah.
Because Emma said she just hung up, so that's not a lie.
So, what, the order of events? Or the...
Well, she couldn't have seen her on the phone from where she was.
The partition.
Right.
And then where she saw it, I mean, she was the murderer, so technically. But I guess we're not getting at that yet.
Well, she couldn't have seen all the stuff she's saying she saw.
From where she was.
She was on the other side of the fence.
That's true. So I guess we could make that point.
Yeah.
So where she saw it?
Yeah.
Okay. She tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. It would be pointless for her to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. The witness did actually see Miss Skye using the emergency phone. In other words, Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location.
A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one.
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Miss Wright. Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimonies we've heard until now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Starr witnessed this crime was here. Right next to the fucking car. The security room!
There you go.
Because she was with her boyfriend.
There you go.
Alright, security room. This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room?
Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second level, so you can see the entire lot.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes?
Well, Miss Starr, how many years have I been getting the better of men? Have I been getting the better of men? Okay. Have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Starr. Okay.
Order, order. Witness, what have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails by murdering. The guilty. Is she talking about Miss Skye?
Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make any sense.
Huh?
She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands.
But how'd you take that picture? It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason.
So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright.
That's... Huh? Me?
Who else?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must be a vital difference, but what? What would change? What? Oh. Finally! Okay, this is fine. I really needed to sneeze. For like the last 2 hours. Jesus. Okay. So the distance to the crime changes because she's not there anymore.
Right.
Also the angle changes because she's high above. She wouldn't be on the other side of the chain link fence anymore. I don't know about the difference in lighting. I don't get that one. But I think the angle of the view is the most important because it's not on the other side of the chain link fence. So why the fuck, how the fuck did she take a picture after on the other side of the chain link fence when she was up in the security room?
There's also the fact that she said that she apprehended her. How would she have gotten to her in time? Which I think is
would be
distance to the crime.
Yeah, that's true too. So want to try that?
All right.
Let's do distance to crime then. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. Rude.
My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet.
Fuck.
I don't see how that would change what she could see.
Objection back. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime of the security... Oh my god. Hold on. There's a cat mewling. Jake. I think he stopped. It's like once he realizes he's not alone. Anyway. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Skye?
Well, witness.
You... Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? Oh my god. The quality of my lunches has gone from low to incredible... inedible. Incredible. That's totally opposite. It's fine. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Boysenberry for the boyfriend?
He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it.
This is just adding more time.
I know.
What? What? This is fucking ridiculous!
That's why I had to go through the visitor parking in B block.
That's quite a detour. She's making it harder to... Anyway.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes? This changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point. And the spork is a wonderful invention.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely. Uh-oh.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
Do I have any evidence to stop this? I'm assuming we do. Do we?
YOLO.
YOLO, raise an objection.
Yep.
5 minutes between witnessing a murder and the arrest. Think about it.
You can make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente.
I've got lunch boxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie.
What? Your point? A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange?
Strange.
If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Run?
Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. Oh my god. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Skye dawdled. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Inconceivable! Well, ah! Anyway. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. She has a grudge against the defendant, and there is a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go?
Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history.
Damn.
We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright.
That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Yas! Fuck!
Yeah, I didn't think it would be that easy.
Fuck off.
Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right?
That's the one she tried to foist off on me.
I prefer to not take the defense's team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
Oh, I bet.
What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunch boxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr.
Ah.
Oh my god.
Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Woohoo! Triple decker! Oh my god.
Oh my.
Out of deference?
Deference.
Out of deference to the witness's determination, I will allow one more testimony. Really? Let's hear about this decisive evidence.
Like the lunchbox, or like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Oh my god!
I know.
Decisive evidence.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the scene of the crime. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. The other was The defendant, Miss Lana Skye's blood. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
Not really.
Not really, no.
What? There was blood found on that shoe?
Oh my god! Get out of here with your lunch boxes! Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
I love when Kat starts getting mad.
She's making me mad with those lunch boxes! Just get to the point!
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you had blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
My God. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You should know the 2 rules of evidence law, Miss Starr. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh my god. Edgy's face.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen.
I think he looks murderous.
Yeah.
You could at least study some evidence law, really.
Probably should have.
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. Well, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
Victim shoe added to court record. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
Oh my god, cross-examination, Jesus.
This better be the last one.
Seriously,
Lunch
though?
is out of here.
I would like to press this.
Which one?
2 types of blood were found on the shoe.
Okay.
So, you brought it to the forensics department? If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective.
The shoe does appear to have blood stains on it.
Very good, Judge.
Right, very good.
Makes sense. After all, a man was stabbed here. And that blood belonged to victim Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe.
I want to examine the shoe.
Okay. Examine shoe. Examiner check.
So let's examine the blood that's on the top of the shoe.
Okay. Examine.
This blood. It's my sister's, right?
It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime.
Poor sis.
Alright, so that's one thing.
Okay, I need
There's
water.
blood on the bottom of the shoe. Alright, ma'am, sipping over there.
I needed water really bad. Had a wave of nausea. I think just because of not having much food.
Yeah.
Rotate. Blood on bottom. Oh god. Okay.
There's blood here too.
On the sole of the shoe? That's gotta be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. What?
All this blood. It's horrible.
This blood might be an important clue. How is it an important clue, though?
It looks to be about it.
Okay. The shoe proves it. Press.
Yeah.
I can't let this evidence go through without a fight.
You ordered the peppered fish guts, right?
No.
Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole batch of soup.
Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe?
A problem? This is critical. What's wrong with the victim's shoe? I'm assuming there's a problem.
There has to be.
Problem. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction.
That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
What the fuck? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Oh, fuck. The fact that there's blood on the bottom? Should we do that?
You want to do that?
It won't let me. Oh, wait, I just pick it, don't I? It's not like it doesn't confirm it.
Yeah, you have to like put the cursor on there and then hit present.
Okay, so the big one on the ball of the shoe? I don't know if that matters.
Okay.
Okay.
Present.
Yeah. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe.
Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe.
Rude.
That's a threat.
Indeed, right? Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe.
It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about the blood on the bottom of his shoe? He didn't wear shoes? He hated shoes?
In the picture, there's no blood on the floor.
Right. Yeah, that's a good observation. Do you want to do that?
Sure.
Present?
Present
Do you want to
the
do it
photograph? The crime photo, right?
First? Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay.
The problem lies in the footprint.
Yep.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Yep, here I am.
The problem lies in the footprint.
The footprint?
Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found at the scene of the crime? As you can see, there were no traces of such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Objection back. If there were bloody prints, they would have been found. We checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order, order, order. Well, witness.
What? Huh?
Great on, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we'd have to ask, why wasn't there a footprint?
Oh. That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think.
Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What?
Thank you. Can you help me, Boo?
I see. Now I get it.
Get what?
Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked
her
my...
with the oil drum.
Yeah.
She knocked my hands aside, kicking over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman, rawr.
I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness. Well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Water? What does that mean?
Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Aha! You don't mean...
Yes. The suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her.
Water wouldn't wash away... Ah! It wouldn't wash away blood! The shit stains! Anyway. That ties things up quite nicely. The blood stains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's the prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence.
That reminds me, Miss Skye's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him?
Why is her blood not on the knife, then?
Right?
So, my sister's blood on the shoe. That's when it happened.
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something! Please?
What? Sorry, I was a little ahead of you.
It's okay.
What? What can I do? Damn it, it's not the judge. What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it.
But...
Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Starr's on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. That was a long-ass pause.
Little girl, what did you just say?
Huh? Me?
Did you say that I, Angel Starr, was on the prosecution's side?
Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints.
Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence.
What? Wait! Witness, don't tell me you have something else. Oh my god.
You've reached your verdict, Your Honor. Any further comments will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare me. Don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this.
You have another fucking picture?
She just... Oh... She's the worst.
The photograph?
I had this just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in this photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with murder.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway.
But I'm still getting paid, right?
Dots. Well, I'm sorry, Mia. All the dots.
Right. Wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel.
Huh.
Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end.
This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Nah.
Objection, apparently. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph. Nickelback. The last one submitted. This trial isn't over till we have each piece of evidence proper consideration. Till we, you know what I'm saying.
So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem with this photograph. There's something in the exhaust. But I don't know if that's the problem.
Well, he is stabbed in the chest.
He is stabbed in the chest. But that would just prove their point.
There's no blood on the top of the shoe. Unless it's the other shoe.
Yeah, it's the other side of the shoe. No, it's the part that's
it?
pointing down, yeah. You can see it. The only thing I can think of is his watch or the exhaust.
I mean the paper and the exhaust, though. We could be like, that could be evidence. We should look at that before we do stuff.
Before we continue.
Yeah. You want to try it?
Sure, let's do the exhaust.
Present.
Present. There we go. I was trying to get on it. The problem in this photograph is here.
What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor.
You just said muffler. Yep. However, I see no traces of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. What?
A muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe.
I see, and I see. Oh my god. Special. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of that muffler? What does that have to do with this case?
Everything.
Right? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case.
We got this.
Is it the note? It's not the note.
No. Yes. Present.
Present.
Phone.
Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler? Yeah! Okay. Could it be that muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh, whoa! Oh my god.
Whoa.
Whoa. Well, it seems we have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about the piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so.
Phew. That was close, but we made it. At least for now. The court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. He's still hungry? Oh wait, what? It still says judge, but It's supposed to be Phoenix. He's still hungry?
Fine.
To be continued. Jesus.
Oh.
That was a long-ass fucking trial.
Yeah. Trial part 1.
Holy crap.
You need to get a snack.
I do. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
Mr. Wright.
Huh? What?
Are trials always like this with you?
Yes.
Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there?
Yep. Pretty much. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister, anyway? What?
Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with the piece of cloth.
So this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth.
Hola, partner.
I was like, we know who this is.
Right.
At least it's not Lana.
At least it's not Lana and her potty papas.
Potty papas.
Body poppers.
They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin' at least.
I was a marshal.
Thought I'd come take a look, see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the place locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory.
What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge.
Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
I was a marshal. The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
Exactly.
You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the award ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth seen it too, I'd reckon.
What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. Was she cosplaying? Was Lunch Lady cosplaying? Anyway.
So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell.
I have a bad feeling about this.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
Shit. If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee!
Oh my god. February 23rd, 12:32 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution.
Dear God.
I was not expecting that. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow.
Oh, no, it's still the judge. Sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, we're assuming it is. They messed it up once before. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent. We get it.
It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
What the fuck? Well then, I believe it is time we continue on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. What?
This is unacceptable!
It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself.
I don't know who this is. I think it might be Meekins, but I could be wrong.
Oh my god, the cop?
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, in the meantime, excuse me, knock knock. Who's there? Who the fuck is this?
Oh, no, this is Damon, Gant. So this is you.
Oh shit. What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. I don't even know what voice to give him.
Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in.
Who on earth is he? He's one of the boyfriends. Ah, it's you! Oh, okay. Are we just having a staring moment?
Yeah.
Okay, I have no idea. No idea. Oh. Sorry I'm late. Udgy? Udgy?
Yep.
The roads were packed, it's just me. Long time no see, Udgy. Oh my god. He's too much for me to handle. How have you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been busy. Busy smizzy. Udgy, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Oh my god. Yes, indeed. The fuck? Idyllic music.
Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge.
I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? So you're Righto. You're Righto? Righto. I got you. So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Is he British? Anyway. Little worthy? Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Grant, Damon Grant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. Okay. Should give him in the highest pitched voice possible. Anyway.
You do whatever you want to do.
So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. What? Hey, that's...
My sister's muffler.
So Miss Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Skye really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On Little Worthy's car, no less. Edgeworth. What? It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Alright.
Chief, what kind of outfit are you running?
Mr. Edgeworth.
How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job?
Now, wait a minute. Worthy.
I've no desire to hear your excuses.
I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Damn, shut him down. Have a look at this document, where it says, person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, Miles Edgeworth.
That's no fair. The day of the crime, I had...
Your head in the clouds because you got that award, I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I expect a written apology.
What? Are you serious?
Oh, it's Gant. Well, too late. Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ugh.
The court now accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense for a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch in. If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gravel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore.
Come on, just hurry up and open it.
All right. Oh, it's doing it for us.
Yeah, it's just like, well, you're opening this knife.
All right.
Suck it.
So this one, I'm gonna press the gold button on the side, not the bottom.
Yeah, I pressed it on the side.
Yeah.
Look, don't scare me like that.
I'm not the one. I'm the one who's scared.
Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off.
Ooh. And this dark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife added to the court record.
This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself.
I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife? Sure thing. Not a problem, even if a little one, really. I had to get his voice back. That was bad. Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do any investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. So that's the other one. So it is linked. Well, you know. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, RG. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Well.
Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
That's quite the coincidence. Order. Anyway, we at the department here are all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places.
The chances of that are really slim. Scientifically speaking, of course.
Unless you're a girl who has 3 boyfriends.
Yeah.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Department in disorder. Cross-examination. Alright, so...
Hold on. Let's look at the knife, because there was a tag on it.
Okay.
So let's examine the tag.
Check. Examine.
There's a small tag on the knife.
It says SL92.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's not 67S!
There you go.
It's upside down!
Yep.
I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6, maybe it's a case number? Don't confuse me, Phoenix!
That's weird.
What?
I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either.
Maybe I should check the court record again.
Right, because you've already figured it out.
Right. And I'm assuming there's nothing else on here.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So, clearly it's this note.
Right.
So then the date isn't that.
Mm-hmm.
So, if that's really... Nine... SL9. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's 2/21.
Yeah, and that was the time of his death. Or the date, I mean. He died the February 21st.
What's SL9 mean? Use the knife on this person? I don't know. So how do we show them that, though?
Well, he says unless there's evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman. So we could probably press on that and then maybe go from there.
Okay, press. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on in the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, righto.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, righto?
Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time.
So how are things slow down at the department?
So, where do we present it, though?
I'm thinking
unless
we
there's
present
evidence?
it on that.
Yeah. So present and the piece of paper?
Unless there's evidence to prove a connection, I think we should present it, yeah.
Okay. Want
Ready?
me to... It doesn't matter, does it? I guess.
I don't think... I think this is right.
Doing it. Wait a second. Yeah, it's that. I think. He got
Yeah,
excited.
it is.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Last, an honest to goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Aha! An honest to goodness, what do you mean from the judge? This is great. Oh my god. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL9 too. And this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memo that was found on the body of the victim. No, it was found in the trunk, but okay. What's this? 6 minus 7s 12 2? Nope. Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and see what you get? Yep. When he wrote this note, he was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that's written on the knife's tag. Get in there. Order, order. Well, Chief? Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto? I win? What game is this guy playing? It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
We could press that.
Yeah, let's, I need to get back to it, but yeah, let's press it. There we go. Press. There we go. So, this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder.
It was evidence, you say? Was it, in fact, a murder weapon?
Nice, nice, nice. Good show, Little Worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe on Edgeworth's car.
Hard to think there isn't a connection there.
Press. 5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. No shit. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and the murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Coincidence?
This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening.
Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. Okay. Kind of reminds me of a cockatiel.
We can press.
The last one?
Yeah.
It's not officially linked.
Mm.
Doing it. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm a chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand. Try to understand, Righto. Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together. Whatever it is, I better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife? What was it doing there?
I'd better check this knife out. I did.
Alright.
Something didn't happen at the police department too, did it? What? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto boy. Right, my boy? Righto, my boy. God damn it. Sharp, hungry.
Chief, did something happen? And why haven't I heard?
Why haven't you heard? Or why didn't you ask? Rude. No matter, I understand. You were busy with what Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? Yeah.
Maybe we should press this?
Yeah, press a detective was killed.
Yeah.
On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words.
And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, right? I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. I would think we know when the victim died, so how the victim was killed? It's either it's one of the top 2, I would think.
Alright. Which one you want to do?
Well, how the victim was killed, it might answer why this knife is broken, but it could also totally not relate at all. Where the victim was found, why would that matter unless they were found in a car too? So how seems more interesting to me, but I don't know if it's wrong, basically.
Alright, we can do how.
Okay, how? Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? How? Now that's an interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing with a knife. That's interesting. A knife? Yep.
That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman.
That's the spirit we're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the 2 cases than the cause of death. Seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Okay, so press, we did the time of the crime, didn't we?
I think we can press that again and ask more questions.
Let's do it.
A detective was killed.
Oh no, I pressed the time. Which I thought we did before, and it's also saying the same thing. Hold on.
No, I bet if we press a detective was killed, we could probably get a different, like, ask him a different question.
Okay, hold on. I'm going through the loop. Okay. A detective was killed. Press that one again.
Yeah.
Doing it. Is this the same? This is the same so far.
Mm-hmm. But I think he'll let you ask the other question.
Which would be nice.
I think it will.
Alright. Okay. He said he'd just answer one. I like that he can answer two. Where the victim was found.
Click it.
So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second, I have heard of that.
The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
That's where the knife was taken. The knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy? Happy we just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Okay, when the victim died. So when did the murder at the police department occur? Now that's a sharp question, Righto. Very sharp. Well, my boy, you're going to love this. Oh.
Okay, so what you have to do... This is stupid. What you have to do is press on this one and then say, where was he found? And then press on the 6th one.
Wait, so we have to press... Wait,
press on the... A detective was found, and then you have to ask where, and then he'll tell you, and then you have to press the 6th one. In that order.
Oh my god.
We already did this. It's just we didn't do it in the proper order.
That's stupid.
It is fucking stupid.
That one's bad. That's a bad we've been link.
I agree.
Because that's not how this game has worked in any situation.
Alright, so where the victim was found. So you have to do that.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Ooh, where victim was found.
At this point, I'm like so just done.
Yeah, I just want to finish it.
Right, exactly. I'm starving and I'm ready to not be playing this anymore.
Yeah. So.
Alright, so we already did this.
Yeah, we did, but.
So we just have to make sure that.
I guess, jumped the gun instead of pressing, but I never thought pressing was like something you ever had to do.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
So we already did this, so now we have to go to the 6th statement and press that.
Alright.
Dumb. Alright. No, I went too far, sorry. Hold on. So after that, you gotta press...
I accidentally looped.
You gotta press, the 6th statement. It's not officially linked to the case, so I can't talk about it.
Yeah, I accidentally looped. I'm getting there.
Oh, yeah, I did that too. Jeez.
Fuck
that.
Yeah. Okay, press. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room.
Not to mention the victim had written down the numbers on the knife's evidence tag.
And we also know that the defense murder... the detective, wow. We know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in the very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. Really? You two make a good pair. Thanks.
Aw, he called us cute.
It took my 2 men 2 days to figure out what you deduced right here.
Why didn't you say it then?
Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department.
See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all.
Can we get the information unofficially?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What, really?
I hate you.
I hate him so much right now.
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? Okay.
Press.
Now what? Okay, press it.
Yeah, it's the only thing we can do.
If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. So...
ID badge.
ID badge. Or ID number?
Yes.
Okay.
This, I'm pretty sure I remember.
That's the same. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
Well, the freaking card is like the only thing we haven't really used.
Right.
Aside from the stupid badger thing, which from, if memory serves me, doesn't come until later. But
yeah. Which makes sense. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5842-189. Well, that's quite... well, that's quite long. And we do have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 8, 2... I can't do it.
842.
That wasn't even the first one.
Oh, yeah, it was 582, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well,
Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything?
The ID number of the victim at the police department. Tells me something.
tells me something.
Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think.
Meaning?
It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
What does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you?
The Goodman's ID. It's the exact same number.
It is.
Witness! That's.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
No, it's just, I got confused. What?
And this is news.
Huh?
Just come out with both guns blazing like you always do.
He admires it in you. Just saying. The police department, the prosecutor's office, 2 places, 2 detectives murdered, at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh-ho, is it yours?
No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret.
Personnel. Oops.
We found it, it's fine.
Yeah, Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. That's...
And this means what exactly?
Huh?
How was he murdered twice?
Wait. That ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82.
Oh my god. I've forgotten. You even got the first number wrong.
Again.
The number of the chief of the police gave us was the same fucking number.
Wait a second, Wright. What does this
mean? Exactly what I want to know. That's exactly what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, The detectives killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Oh, sharp as a tack, Righto. Sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot.
Yeah, a Detective Bruce Goodman was killed at the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time.
That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location?
Yep.
Order. Chief, what does this mean?
No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case.
Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered.
Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case.
Wait. I said, wait. That was weird. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours.
What?
What? How? How dare you?
We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our officer, Meekins, who brought you the news.
Officer Meekins.
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait! Ah!
Oh, me! Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
You don't mean him?
According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report? Hard to believe.
But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Skye incident.
Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report.
That's the wrong... Okay.
Yeah, the wrong right.
I was gonna say, I was like, oh.
Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error and a gross negligence on duty on your part, Worthy.
But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I...
No such luck at this time, Worthy, or should I say unworthy?
What?
Damn.
Now what was the second rule of evidence law?
Well, Mr. Wright?
Huh? Oh, well, it's
Rule 2. New evidence may only be submitted if it concerns the case on trial. And how is this relevant?
Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. Hence this. The connection was just proven by Righto over here. Good job, Righto, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job.
No. No!
It seems we have come to the end of this trial. Yes! Please!
Really?
You were becoming a thorn in my side, Worthy. They've been rumors. After all, you were in the defendant's chair just last year.
I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do.
You'd better get results this time, really.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. Rude. We will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will this be significant, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Rude. Very well. Court is adjourned. Finally! Oh my god! Guys, we've been streaming for 6 hours.
I'm so done.
I'm
starving.
I am starving as well. Let's save.